Okay, so the first question on our quiz review. Find the distance between each pair of points. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. So we'll start with this first question right here where we have 2 points. This one and this one. So these are 2 different points. Now we could map these out on one of your pieces of graphing paper. That would work just fine, because when you do that, -2, 3, -7, -7, we're trying to find the length of this, right? And to do that, all we need to find is the change in your vertical and your change in your horizontal. So start with this one. This is your A. This is your B. So we have B, A, C. We use Pythagorean's theorem, right? Find this value, you square it, A squared. Find this value, that's the length of that vertical leg, you square it, and it's equal to your hypotenuse squared. That's the distance between your 2 points squared. You end up with, after a bit of algebra, the distance between the 2 points is A squared plus B squared, all under the square root. Similarly, if we use the distance formula, which looks like this, distance is equal to x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. All we need to do is assign these 2 points, this one and this one, x1, y1, x2, y2. And in fact, with the distance formula, it doesn't matter which one you assign, and you'll see why. So let's say this one is x1, y1, and this one is x2, y2. And we can write this as follows. Distance is equal to the square root of -7 minus -2 squared plus -7 minus 3 squared. -7 minus -2, that's the same as -7 plus 2, so we get -5 squared, and for this one we get -10, right? And then we square it. Distance is equal to -5 times -5 is 25, negative times 10 times -10 is 100. We end up with the square root of 125. Now we still need to find the answer to the nearest tenth, right? Cool, so what we'll do is I'll use my math bar on my OneNote, which is a really cool feature. It'll allow me to evaluate, and the tenth is 11.2. We'll round up to the nearest tenth. Cool. So you can do that with a calculator, but honestly, I really personally like this answer. It looks a lot nicer.